Hi, everybody. So today I want to talk to you about owning your own reality. A lot of times Pia Melody's work can seem so clinical. It's like, what? Owning my own reality. Owning your reality is just like really paying attention to what's up, what's really going on. I was dating this guy recently, and he was feeding me a whole bunch of bullshit. He was like, baby, I want to get married and I want to be with you and I want to live a life with you and I want us to do this together and do that together. And his behavior was very different than his words. Like, it would be like 10 o'clock at night. He's talking about, I'm the woman that he wants to marry, and he's not home. He's talking about, well, I'm at work. You get off of work at 5:30. How are you at work? Well, no, he wanted me to work overtime. So he wanted you to work until 7:30. Well, then I should be seeing the money. Well, no, because he ain't paying me much. So you're not coming home until 10:30 at night and you coming home broke? But you ready to get married? And you want to marry me? No. After a while, I had to start owning reality instead of owning my fantasy. Because in my fantasy, I wanted to believe everything he said. He was a sweet talker. I love a sweet talking man, baby. I love a man to say the right things to me. I didn't even know how much I liked that, but baby knew what to say. And he knew how to say it. And on top of that, I just relocated. I'm new in town, so I'm kind of vulnerable. That's another reality I needed to own. I'm vulnerable because I'm new in town. So baby was sweet talking me and telling me, baby, I'm going to get you some promise rings and we going to get us a place and we going to do this and we going to do that. And like the promise rings were from Walmart. They were $40 and he never gave me the $40. I'm not even talking about some promise rings from some nice place. I'm talking about just show me a token of your words that you really mean what you say. And so, I just kept getting codependent and I started going into my codependent controlling behavior. I kept trying to control him and explain to this man, you are saying this right here, but you are doing the opposite. So, and I would just get more angrier and nastier until finally a light bulb went on. I had the aha moment. I was like, oh, this nigga is a liar and a cheat. I'm like, oh, this is my first player. This is my first cheater. But see, his girlfriend, I didn't even tell you about that. Yeah, this nigga got a girlfriend. He's talking about he's getting a place from us. So, the girlfriend and I Facebook each other, right? I said, hi, I don't mean to barge upon your space, but I'm trying to get some clarity here. I'm trying to find out what the reality is here with this Negro, okay? So, according to him, y'all ain't been together for a year. Is that the accurate fact? Because reality is about the current facts. She says, no, we were together all the way up into this specific date. Well, that was when he was telling me we were supposed to be together and he's giving me a promise ring. So what he was saying to me was not reality. Because in reality, he had a woman who he had no intentions of leaving. And so I began to communicate to her. She said, this man is a pathological liar. We were together for 5 years. And she said, I finally decided that I was not going to bring that relationship in another year. So I ended it. Thank goodness for Pia Melody's work, because if it weren't for me owning my reality, like I was owning stuff like your behavior is not matching up with your words. And I know men speak with their behavior, and your behavior is saying that I'm not a priority, that you are not in love with me, and I don't do it for you. So you know what, Negro? You get your motherfucking shit and you get the fuck up out of my house today. So I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that was my first experience with a liar and a cheater, because most of the time I had been in very long-term relationships, and didn't get out until 15 years later. Be quiet, Pinky. So he pulled the wool over my eyes. But one thing that he did not pull the wool over was my gut, my reality, my intuition. My gut kept on saying to me, something is not right. But I had to own that. And I did own it too. Within 2 hours of meeting him, I knew that nigga wasn't no good. But I went ahead and I dismissed my reality and went forward and ended up getting my feelings really hurt. But he didn't get no nookie. He didn't get no nookie because I owned the reality of what was really going on with that brother, and I backed it up with some behavior. I contacted Sister Girl to find out what's up with y'all. She said, baby, you can have him gift wrapped. I was like, no, I don't think so. Another way owning my reality helped me to get off the streets, because I was homeless. I was in fantasy. I was in LA thinking I was about to be this star. And I mean, I wasn't out of touch with reality. I just thought that these little itty bitty circumstances didn't matter much in the grand scheme of things, because after all, wasn't Tyler Perry homeless too? I was like, I'm gonna make this a part of my story when I talked to Barbara Walters. And the housing specialist said, well, honey, Barbara Walters ain't nowhere to be found. Right now, you ain't got a job, you ain't got a car, you ain't got a pot to piss in. Maybe one day in the fairyland world, those dreams will come true, but right now, you broke and homeless. So if I were you, I would fill out these housing papers so you will have some shelter so you can keep on dreaming. I said, oh, I'm not a star yet? No, baby, you homeless and you don't have no meat and you don't have no job or a car. So in reality, you ain't got nothing. So fill out these paperwork so that after you're done with the paperwork, you have a place to live. So I owned that, and that was not normal of me to own. So, owning your reality. Another thing, is like after a while, I just got so tired of Los Angeles. I was miserable in Los Angeles. I was taking antidepressants in order to deal with being in LA, but I didn't know that that's what was wrong, because I wasn't owning what was wrong. I was just smoking, because I didn't want to know what's wrong. This is for my dog down there. But one day, the pain just got so unbearable. I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to find out what is wrong. I was like, Self said, yeah. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, I've been trying to tell you for years that God is through with this California. Let's roll with it. I was, like I said, I was taking antidepressants, and I was depressed, and I was unhappy, and I hated my place, and the gangs were moving in my place. And you know what? When I owned how miserable I was in that relationship with that guy, when I owned how unhappy I truly was with him, then I was able to implement the behavior that was going to be in the best interests of myself. And for me, it was kind of gradually backing off, because I just can't do an abrupt. And when I owned what was really going on with my living situation, with being homeless and stuff, I was able to make the necessary changes that I needed to make in order for me to be responsible for my own well-being. And when I owned the fact that I was in a drug-infested gang area, and that if I went down south, I could do so much better with my money. When I owned it, I relocated, and now I am down south. So owning your reality can really improve the reality of your life. God bless you.